The simplest way to understand this is to imagine a stage hypnotist with his subject in a trance. The hypnotist suggests certain things and the subject is only able to see and hear those things the hypnotist is suggesting. The subject can hear the voice of the hypnotist, and true to the suggestion, he can see a giraffe or an elephant or whatever is suggested. The hypnotized subject can't see the audience, can't hear them laughing. The subject can only recognize those things the hypnotist suggests. Why can't the hypnotized subject see the audience or anything other than what the hypnotist suggests? Simply because the suggestion is a subliminal thought, a word, and it created a whole new light pattern to emanate from the entranced subject's eyes. His eyes and ears still function, but because the thought implanted in the crystal brain has changed, then the reality of what seems to be real also changes. The hypnotized subject's eyes and ears work perfectly, but the reality is the hypnotized subject can't see anything other than the words suggested. But why? Why can't the subject in a trance see anything else? Because the audience and everything associated outside the trance state really isn't there. If the audience members were really there, really three-dimensional and really solid, then the eyes of the subject in the trance state would see them. The audience can't be seen because the audience is just light, just a thought, and when the new reality state, the new thought pattern, doesn't include them anymore, they cease to appear as a three-dimensional form. The audience didn't die. They didn't leave the theater. The subliminal messaging changed. The reality shifted and they ceased to appear as three-dimensional. From this we have to keep in mind that light goes out of our eye. This is how we see. Light is a thought implanted in our crystal brain and explodes into a three-dimensional rainbow of forms right before our eyes. Thought patterns are contrived to distract us from our place in the present moment. There is no such thing as time and space. Just a three-dimensional light illusion simulating something called time and space. When we can be manipulated to leave the present moment, the seduction of the thought energy light illusion is able to control our strength and power. Staying in the present moment of awareness allows us to reconnect to our original state. We're no longer manipulated to be concerned over the past or the future. Since time is non-existent, then concern for the past or future is to forfeit your awareness for something that doesn't exist. Only the present moment exists. Staying in the moment by simply watching and waiting, not reacting ever, reconnects us to reality, allows us to take back our power from this Luciferian egregore group of thinkers. The manipulation by the three-dimensional physical state of everything is then nullified as we connect to the eternal state of awareness, that state of no thing, that state of no three-dimensional thing, which in turn is nothingness. Our power and strength, our wisdom and knowing exists in the moment before thought. We have no thoughts of our own. All thoughts are implanted by the perpetual motion set into play from the beginning of this conjured-up creation. We are taught to believe that a thought can originate with us. It can't. The three-dimensional system implants all our thoughts so that we then experience the reality they, the Luciferian thinkers, want us to have. Reconnect to wisdom, watch and wait. Don't get upset when you're instructed to. Don't react when you're demanded to. Don't resist when you think you want to. Don't try to suppress your feelings when they tell you to suppress your feelings. Just observe these thinkers telling you to suppress your feelings. And this little act of watching and waiting puts you in control of you. You reconnect with your awareness, and the manipulation perpetuated through the religious and intellectual systems of the world is neutralized. Nothingness is our original eternal state of patience, joy, beauty, caring, knowing, and freedom. It's the power of this awareness that these entities desire to control. You'll notice that the octagon symbol appears in red as a familiar stop sign. This is a symbol of total control. The octagon symbol is a major subliminal message used to seductively manipulate humanity into the precarious position of a pending devastation. This octagon is formed from one of the light atom symbols, which is a zodiac cross. This is the sun god on the cross. The light atom symbol is one cross. When you take this cross and give it a 45-degree twist, then overlay it behind the first atom symbol, in effect, what you have are two crosses which were used to form the atom symbol. These two crosses now form what is called the double cross. This is the cross of religion and intellectualism. This is the cross of duality, the cross of death, deceit, destruction, and every diabolical system known to man. Not only is this double cross the subliminal shape of the stop sign, a symbol of total control, it is the shape of the Freedom Tower being built to replace the World Trade Center in New York City. This tower has nothing to do with freedom, but has everything to do with the destruction of the undesirables, or, in Luciferian language, the cleansing of the ungodly from the face of the earth. The elite implement this double cross at every opportunity when it comes to perpetuating and completing the agenda on behalf of the greed of the Luciferian thinkers. Their greed drives their desire to be worshipped as God. Their desire fosters thought, and thought fosters the whole three-dimensional experience. And the rest is literally history.